So something that we need to understand is, especially this group, we probably all learn a lot about how much total volume is a good amount of volume that we should be applying with our clients or with ourselves if we want to build muscle. There's a lot of information on how hard we should be training and how should we, how often we should be going to fail, if we should go to fail or not. And all of these, amazing tools that we have to reach really high levels. But what about beginners? Well, the fact is the minimum effective dose for a beginner is a lot lower than what it would be for someone who's got a higher training age. So actually, we don't have to work as hard as a beginner to get an amazing result. It doesn't matter who it is that we're working with. The very first thing that we need to do, and this is a mistake that I've made, the first time I trained myself, I trained like Arnold Schwarzenegger because that's all I had to look up to. But now I know that the best thing to do for an absolute beginner, doesn't matter what age, is learn how to move. So movement literacy. Movement literacy on what? So I like to break it down into the most fundamental movement patterns. A lot of people talk about, their favorite movement patterns and walking and gait and lunge and twist and all of these things. Yeah, great. They are great movement patterns, but I like to think about strength training movement patterns that are going to develop our body as easily, efficiently, and effectively as possible. So I have my 4 movement patterns that I'll always talk about: the squat pattern, the bend pattern, the push pattern, and the pull pattern, and choosing one exercise from each of these every time they train. So, for me, and a lot of people at home might be thinking the same thing. When they train, they'll do a quadricep day where you'll pick your squat exercise, then your lunge, then your leg extension. For a beginner, we don't need to really saturate that single muscle so much in one session. We only need a little bit of stimulation and we can move on to the next. So this is why beginners, whole body is highly advisable for a beginner. 2 to 3 sets per muscle group, per session. The next thing we need to consider is that there's many considerations. I'm going to go through all of them for you. The next thing we got to consider is how many days a week is available to the person that we're working with. Some people come to us and they say, I've never done it in my life, but I understand how important it is. I'm going to sign up with you 5 days a week or 6 days a week. And it's like, that ain't going to happen. You're not going to come from zero to all of this. So let's not overcommit. I think that 2 days a week, you're going to see a great result. If she can commit to 3, incredible.